But unfortunately for most fathers, it seems to be flip-flops, right? Where we spend most of our time at the office or doing whatever job it is that we have that's kind of unfulfilling. We don't really care much about it, but it does keep food on the table. And we've been led to believe that's really the thing that matters the most. When in fact, I think proving to our kids and showing our kids that we can actually step out and do something really marvelous with their life and actually take some risks and do something grand and find our way to freedom, maybe that's even better. Maybe that's better. In fact, I'll invite you to consider that it's absolutely 100% better, because if you sit there year after year, decade after decade, working a job that you don't care about just because it makes you money, I gotta invite you to consider that today, it's 2024, you can make your money online. It's a lot easier than you've ever been led to believe before. I know you think it's complex, and in fact, if you don't have the right structure and framework and so forth, then you can't actually do it. But check it out, guys. There's ways to do it. In fact, one of the best ways that I've found in 9 years of looking into programs, more numerous than you can count, with expenditures, my wife and myself, well over 6 figures. Very likely multiple 6 figures, actually, at this point. And this course, Digital Wealth Academy, DWA, happens to be one of the most comprehensive. And the reason that I like it really the most is because everything is like in a module, right? So if you want to know about one specific thing, you don't have to go take the whole training course. You don't have to spend hours and weeks of your days and months, right, of your time going through someone's full coursework, right? You can just get that information whenever you need it right now. And all of the videos are, say, a couple minutes long, 5 minutes maybe, something like this. And then there's all these tools and resources and so forth that can be implemented and used right now today. And it goes from every standpoint that you could possibly imagine, all the way around the board. If you wanted to know about one avenue or one mechanism or one trick or tip or how to do this or how to put your Instagram profile, anything at all, it's all there, super simple. And all of a sudden you find yourself on an afternoon where ordinarily you'd be in the office, you find yourself taking a hike, taking a walk in your bare feet at that, because you just like grounding. And you realize that, wow, what a magnificent life. I didn't have to call in sick today. I didn't have to make anything up. I didn't have to take a vacation day. I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to call anybody when I decided this morning that I just didn't want to go to work. Although, when it's something that you love to do, you find less and less often that you don't want to go to work, right? And so when you engage in something you're passionate about, you love what you do, and you get to do it right there surrounded by your kids in your own home, right? You don't have to leave. You don't have to be physically absent from your family's life. These are powerful things that change your life drastically, radically, very, very fast. And with a price point that's kind of laughable, actually, for the price point that my wife and I have paid for some of the programs we've got, upwards of $50,000 literally is what people charge for a lot of these programs. And they're comprehensive and they're magnificent, and I would take them again anytime. Absolutely, 100%. It was magnificent, the growth and the learning and the understanding about life that we gained from these endeavors, going through these courses and investing in ourselves, right? And this one happens to be one of the most comprehensive at one of the lowest price points. It's absolutely ridiculous, especially for a father that really wants to break free. And $500 can't come in the way of that. That's for sure. 100%. Your freedom is worth $500, my friends. It's got to be worth $500. So, this is just a call out. It's real deal stuff right here, because you can keep scrolling and you can find something somewhere else and you can find somebody talking about, hey, this mechanism or that or whatever. But it's very rare that you find something where all the components are there together in one place where you can actually make use of it and actually implement it. And when you have all these modules and all these different ways that you can engage in this content and use what you need and don't use what you don't and so forth, then it becomes a very easy process to absorb the information. That's one of the things that really is the greatest cost of all, that holds most people back, in fact, is not money. It's not a silly $500 investment. Of course, that's laughable, and you could do that. Of course, any father can do that. Of course, anybody of working age can afford to do that. What really costs you the money is the learning part of it, the implementation, the doing of it, right? Well, the learning part of it and the implementation have both been taken care of because of the fact that all of these modules are to get you in fast, rapid motion, taking inspired action towards that goal that you have of being free. And it's right there for you, super simple to identify and step into. Very, very simple. So that the time cost goes drastically down. The ability for you to actually engage in this and actually generate income in it is reduced significantly, drastically. And your results and success are amplified drastically as well, because of the fact that you have all the information that you need to walk you step by step through the entire process without any questions, you know? And if there is questions, full support. Somebody there to help you out, because some of this stuff is a little bit confusing, but when you got somebody there to help you out and guide you, especially like with clear, thorough, well done, professionally mastered videos that walk you through the process, all the tools that you need to implement, and then ongoing support so that somebody can be there to walk with you hand in hand, to guide you, that's what you need, guys. That's what you need. And as a side note, I've been an expat. I've been living as an expat and taking advantage of something called lifestyle arbitrage, which basically means earning in a currency that is valued higher than the one that you're spending in. And all of a sudden, your lifestyle, boom, it skyrockets so quick and so amazing. It's like the things that you can afford to do and the experiences you can afford to have and the life that you can afford to live is so amazing. And if you combine these two together, you obviously, many would, it's inherent that you have to, it's almost a necessity that you would have to have an online job or an online business, that is. It's almost essential that you'd have to have an online business if you were going to take advantage of this lifestyle arbitrage or spending in a currency lower than the one that you earn in, right? But that's something that is also a very, very attractive way for a lot of fathers to really step out of where they're at and take the nest egg, whatever that might be, and move into something that can be fulfilling for the rest of your life. And when you do the calculations and you find out what the cost of living is in some of the countries in the world, I've chosen Mexico for myself, but others might choose a different place, Thailand or whatever. And it's amazing the type of lifestyle that you can live without even actually upgrading your income. But if you can combine upgrading your income with an online stream and moving somewhere where all of a sudden cost of living is drastically reduced, you are living like a king faster than you could ever have imagined, faster than you thought. You think you need to save up and get to retirement and have that $1 million in the bank, but you don't. You can do it for a lot less, and you can live the days that you have in freedom and joy and happiness with your kids and your family instead of spending them all and sacrificing all of them, essentially wasting all of them in an office doing something that you don't care about for someone that probably is just going to replace you in 15 minutes after you leave. So do the thing that's good for you, you guys. This is your life. Go for it today. Look, this is my neighborhood right here. I just dropped back in. Like, I love walking around back there. It's so amazing. I love taking my kids to this place. I love doing it in the time that I care about, when I want to do it with my kids, right? I love doing it in the middle of the day. When everybody else is at work, I'm playing with my kids oftentimes. Whenever I decide that I want to, actually. It's a beautiful thing. You deserve it. This is an encouragement to you that you, as a father, deserve more than just that redundant rat race of living that life, going back and forth to the office, back again, to the office, back again, to the office, back again. Oh, when are we going to do something different? When are we going to do something different, my friends? We've got to do it today. Today's the day. I invite you. Come along for the journey. It's actually a lot easier than you think, and I can help you out. I'll talk to you soon. Later.